Hey guys, welcome back. This module is all about adrenal fatigue or HPA axis dysfunction. So we're kind of going back to looking at stress and how that chronic stress can actually impact our hormonal system and create havoc in our bodies. So some of you may be experiencing this. So yeah, we'll have a look at the symptoms in the next few slides and see if that's affecting you and seeing what kind of things that you can actually do to rebalance that hormone. So we have what is called the HPA axis is made up of the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, the adrenals, and it is this beautiful, like all of our hormonal system, it's just this beautiful to and fro of all of these hormones between these three endocrine glands. So they regulate everything from our blood pressure and libido to our metabolism and stress response. So they have a big job and they're only tiny, tiny little things. So the adrenal glands never operate independently. So when we talk about adrenal fatigue, it's usually relating to HPA axis dysfunction. But adrenal fatigue sometimes is just a bit easier to say, to be honest, because it's a bit of a mouthful. So the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal loop is a complex system, and the central nervous system and endocrine system connect via the HPA axis, working together to regulate stress and hormone balance. So it's a pretty important part of your hormonal system. Sometimes understanding this can really start to empower you to make big changes in your day. So after a period of chronic stress, your body starts to run out of hormone precursor material that is used to make certain hormones. So that means that, you know, our bodies make certain things like micronutrients that come from our food. Our body can actually recreate certain precursors that make up our hormones. As it starts to use up these hormone precursors, then if it continues, it becomes more and more difficult for your body to produce the required levels of stress hormones, sex hormones, and other hormones and neurotransmitters to create that balance within the body. So, and that's when fatigue starts to kick in. That's when you need to offer your body some extra support. So it's just that we're in this constant fight or flight. It's not dipping all the way down where it should be. So it's constantly in this position. These hormones need to be created more and more and constantly. And then the endocrine glands, so the hypothalamus, pituitary, and the adrenals, start to not have enough of the nutrients to actually make these hormones. So then that actually causes that fatigue to kick in. So the symptoms of HPA axis dysfunction, and so this is to do with chronic stress and constant stress hormone production. It wears on the body over time, so it can cause loads of symptoms, and people are really impacted in their everyday life. This can really happen to women post-birth. So this is a really important time to really support those women. So insomnia, weight gain, especially around the midsection, brain fog, thyroid dysfunction, depression or anxiety, hypoglycemia and other blood sugar problems, all-day fatigue, particularly in the morning and mid-afternoon, cravings for salt or salty food, depressed immune system, so getting sick more often basically, dizziness when standing, so that can affect your blood pressure, inflammation, rises in allergies, low libido, poor muscle tone or loss of muscle mass, dry skin, slow wound healing, constipation, inability to concentrate and focus, memory problems, and cold hands and feet. So as you can see, it can be a really big impact on our bodies. So really concentrating on our stress management plan. We all know that stress is no good for us. Like, we all know that, but it is the knowledge and the education about why it's no good for us can actually give us that internal motivation to make changes. And we're going to really support you in this. So the stress module, go back to that and have another look at that. Look at the strategies that we have in there to help you with your stress management, and just being really aware of what you're putting in your body, what you're putting in your mind is really important. So we're going to go through that in the next slides. So yeah, if you have any more questions about that, make sure that you put them in so that we can answer them in the Facebook Live question and answer.